Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today it is Wednesday. Now, normally on Wednesdays, I have Quarter Black Garrett with me. Unfortunately, because I was off for a few weeks, he had scheduled something for today, so he will not be joining me. Unfortunately, I saw a couple people in chat very excited to see Quarter Black Garrett, but unfortunately, he has a prior engagement today. So hopefully we'll be back up and running next Wednesday. I know we spoke earlier today, but that's all right. I do miss him, and I see a lot of people saying that they miss him as well. I actually took a couple screenshots and sent them over to him like, people miss you, man. People miss you. I actually really do enjoy having those conversations with Quarter Black Garrett. Also, he's hilarious. Of course, someone on Twitter just said, how do I even let you guys know of this whole situation? So someone asked, hey, does it bother you, to my white followers, of course they bring race in right away, that does it bother you that you're seeing less white families in commercials? And I just responded immediately like, no, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I mean, that's all I wrote. I just said, it does not bother me, not one bit. And I just, the more I think about it, I really don't. I don't feel like I'm a sucker to commercials. I don't like spending money I don't have to. I like to buy things that I need, and I'd like to preserve the things that I have and fix the things that I have. I don't like buying new stuff and just kind of, it feels frivolous to me. Like clothing, what else do you see commercials for? Food products. I mean, I tend to know what I like to eat. I'm not swayed very easily when I see commercials anyway. So like, why does it matter who we're seeing, you know? Now there is the argument that it feels forced, you know, like, you think about like the ratio of society, right? I mean, if that's really what we're looking for as far as the percentages, the census of, you know, skin color, which, see, that in itself feels so weird. Like, why is that such a priority to identify as? And that's the core of it for me. I'm a human being. And I treat others as such. And I actually, someone responded trying to say some sort of like virtue signaling, saying you don't care about skin color is virtue signaling of some sort. And I'm just like, that's absolutely stupid and ridiculous. I treat everyone equally. If they do something that makes me not want to trust them anymore, that has nothing to do with their skin color. That has everything to do with the actions that they did to make me trust them less. You know, or if they're rude to me or rude to someone that I love or my family, you know, then I'll not care about them as much. But that's, again, has nothing to do with skin color, right? And then, of course, someone said, all right, well, I'm going to hold you to that whenever you talk about news, whenever you talk about anything. And it's like, well, I actually try to make a point to not talk about skin color. I don't like that when the news adds that into things, or leaves it out purposefully for the narrative that they're trying to push. And I've talked about this on my show many times. It's frustrating. And then, of course, all I can think of is like Quarter Black Wednesdays, because I have Garrett on the show. I mean, but that's kind of his name. He goes by Quarter Black Garrett, and that's kind of the joke, because he's actually making fun. I mean, he is in fact quarter black, so it's kind of like, you know what I mean? He's leaning into it by making fun of the people that make race their identity. Like, I don't make the fact that I'm a white person, like, yes, I'm white, but I don't talk about it. Same with like my gender identity or my sexual orientation. I'm heterosexual, but do I talk about it? Do I make it my main thing? No, I don't. That's not what that's not what I want to be known for. That doesn't bother me at all. I want to be known as a skateboarder or a researcher, someone who, or a YouTuber, I guess, an online pundit that talks about things that I find interesting in life. And I want more people to think that, I want more people to, find what they're good at and focus on that and not make their whole identity being about their skin color. And it feels like the Democrats, the people on the left, they're forcing it on everyone, and it's so annoying. I'm so fed up with it. Like the Jussie Smollett trial that's going on right now, right? It feels like every chance that they get, they want to remind everyone that he's a black man and he's a gay man. And all these interviews that I've seen that he did after the incident, of course, before the trial, before everyone found out, before it was proven that it was clearly a hoax, Jussie Smollett is saying like how, man, being gay and being black in this world, in this time, and I can't believe that Donald Trump said these things, and it's like amplifying it, and it's like, you lied, you made all of it up. You're creating this. And perpetuating the narrative that they're marginalized, that they are victims, when most people, as far as what I feel, most people just want to live their lives. I just want to live my life. I want you to live your life. I want everyone to feel happy and comfortable. You will never, ever get everyone to agree with everyone on every single subject. I disagree with a lot of the people that I follow on my social media platforms. I don't agree with everything that they say. Certainly some people more than others. I'm not going to drag them through the mud right now, but there are some people that I've followed that have even been on my show that I do not understand anymore. I feel like some of them have changed a lot in the past year since I've known them, or 2 years, whatever. But it has nothing to do with their skin color. It's a characteristic. It's something that people, how they carry themselves, how they act. And that's what we need to focus on. Martin Luther King Jr. talked about it, about how, we shouldn't judge people on the characteristics that they can't change, but on their character of who they are and what they do and their actions. I kind of went off on a tangent there. So you guys are fantastic. I really want to just say thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to be talking about a few things. Mandates have been blocked on multiple fronts. So Mayor de Blasio in New York was trying to do a vaccine mandate. That got blocked. Biden, of course, is trying to do mandates for different things, and that's is getting blocked. We've got some crazy things going on with different mandates, like California. There's schools that are bribing children with pizza to get the vaccine without their parents' knowledge. I mean, these mandates are absolutely insane, and I am going to talk about it. I don't really care if I'm going to get in trouble for it, but it needs to be talked about because it's just kind of crazy. And then I'm going to give a little shout out to DeSantis, because he is basically coming out and saying, you're not going to mandate Floridians. All right. You can basically go F yourself, Biden, and all these mandates. We are not doing it. So it's kind of great to see. And then I'm going to talk about, I guess the final two subjects that I'm going to talk about is all, they kind of go hand in hand, is the whole transgender thing. There is this University of Pennsylvania transgender woman that was a boy who was a swimmer and now is beating every single record on the women's side now that he is identifying as a woman and competing, and people are upset, rightfully so. And I've got I just want to talk about it because I actually have some inside scoop from people who actually go to the school. And thanks to Libs of TikTok for actually shining some light on this. It's just kind of silly, and we're going to get into it. I'm going to bring up some other things that I've actually spoken about on my show before. And then I'm going to talk about David Chappelle, who is being ridiculed and attacked for his transphobic comments, even though he makes fun of everyone. I mean, I've talked about this on my show. I've talked about this on Friday Night Tights, on Tuesday Night Main Event. So I feel like we've talked about it so much, but he was being honored in a school. They were naming the theater after him, and half the students were upset and pissed off and just claiming transphobia and all this BS. And I'm just so sick of it as well. I mean, there's so many of these things. I mean, everything I'm talking about today, I'm sick of. I'm sick of the mandates. I'm sick of this transgender destroying women's sports and trying to destroy comedy, which is actually the most inclusive that they've ever been. And then, of course, some washed up actor who's trying to remain relevant had to add his 2 cents in and call David Chappelle a bigot. So we're going to make fun of him. It's actually a Star Trek. What was his name? Wesley? I think his name was Wesley. Wesley Crusher on Next Generation. Anyway, he thinks that he has some sort of say in this situation. So we're going to make fun of that. Before we do, remember to smash that like button and definitely subscribe. Please do share my videos as well. Sharing my videos definitely helps more people see my videos and helps me get almost to that 200,000 sub range. I am so close. I'm getting there. I really do appreciate every single one of you who share my videos. Definitely helps me out. Also, you can check out my coffee company, criglercoffee.com. It's definitely the best, freshest coffee you can get. Anything else you can find on my website, adamcrigler.com. You can find my podcast RSS feed number. You can find all of my social media, all of the different, I've got the full list. Of course, it's in the description below as well. You can find me down there. Every single article that I reference in all of my shows, I actually post over to my locals page, adamcrigler.locals.com. You can go over there, and if you want to reference something that I'm talking about, or if I don't read the entire article and you want to finish reading it, or you want to send it to somebody, you can definitely go over to my locals page. I post it before the show, actually, so you can actually reference it as I'm talking about it live. I usually post it in between when I set the stream up and before I go live. I'll usually post all of the articles that I'm referencing. So, all right, let's get into it. First, we're going to talk about the mandates. Now, this is something that there are people all across the planet. That's right, all across the planet that are standing up and are against these mandates because they're sickening. All right, there's a woman in Italy that was detained, that she wasn't allowed to go on the train because she didn't have her green passport or, whatever, her green card to prove that she was allowed to travel. And it was an Italian woman. Like, we don't know where she was going. It's insane. It's happening in Germany. Another woman was detained because she didn't have a vaccine passport. And they're detaining people. They're stopping people. They're checking your papers. Who warned us about this? That's right. Gina Carano did. She made a cross comparison to 1930s Germany about how the public started being targeting specific people and calling them out, and the similarities of what we're seeing right now. Well, guess what? She was right. Gina Carano was right. Everyone who called her out was against her, owes her an apology, especially you, Disney. You should not have fired her because she was absolutely correct. And it's sad because I actually really liked her on The Mandalorian. In fact, I am creating a Cara Dune mod for Battlefront 2, which is probably the best Star Wars game that is out right now. And you are going to be able to play as Cara Dune soon. I don't want to show anything. It's almost done. The mod is getting close. Hugin and Mugen is making it. He's someone who makes mods for the community. It's pretty cool. But anyway, I want to stay focused here and talk about the mandates. First and foremost, Biden's vaccine mandate for contractors blocked by a federal court. This is huge. This is huge because this is basically saying, hey, it was unconstitutional and you can't do this stuff. Not like Biden cares at all. The Biden administration's vaccine mandate for federal contractors has been blocked by a federal judge. The case, the state of Georgia versus Joe Biden, was filed by plaintiffs seeking declaratory and injunctive relief against enforcement of Executive Order 14042, which required that anyone who contracts with the federal government are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. In conclusion, the United States District Court for the Southern District of Georgia, Augusta Division, stated that the court's orders that defendants are enjoined during the pendency of this action or until further order of this court from enforcing the vaccine mandate for federal contractors and subcontractors in all covered contract in any state or territory in the United States of America. Awesome. This is what we need. Thank you, courts, for actually upholding freedom against these unconstitutional mandates that are forcing this vaccine on people that do not want it. Now, I'm not here to talk about the vaccine, okay? I've gotten enough strikes on my channel for may or may not being right. Certainly, I have been proven right on some of the things that I've gotten strikes for, but that is neither here nor there. What we're seeing now, though, is this vaccine mandate being proven unconstitutional. Even in New York City, look at this. This is from Newsweek. NYC vaccine mandate blocked by judge in a blow to Bill de Blasio. Good riddance. This guy came out saying, he put this video out on Twitter saying, hey, we're going to protect everyone against this new Omicron variant, even though from all medical records coming out of South Africa that it is actually very mild. Every different doctor that I follow is basically saying this is actually a really good variant because people can get natural immunity without fearing the worst part of the virus because it's a lot more mild. Now, this is according to the medical experts, which I am not a medical expert. I am not giving any sort of medical advice. I'm just simply repeating what I've heard from medical professionals. But this being blocked in New York is huge because, as far as I'm concerned, New York is one of the craziest places in New York or in America where they are imposing these mandates. Bill de Blasio's COVID-19 vaccine mandate for New York City employees, including the NYPD, has been blocked by a Manhattan court. On Tuesday, Judge Frank P. Nervo in the Supreme Court of New York gave notice that the mandate was suspended pending a hearing scheduled for December 14th. Patricia Finn, an attorney who describes herself on Twitter as the good health lawyer, New York, launched the legal challenge against the mayor's mandate. She regularly espouses anti-vaccination views on her social media accounts. In one Facebook post, Finn wrote, "Please do not support lockdowns for the unvaccinated. It garners support for lockdowns and punishment for whoever these bureaucrats deem dangerous." They probably deem me dangerous. Because guess what? I am not vaccinated. I don't want to be vaccinated. Now, this is my own personal choice. I'm not advocating for everyone. I just beat COVID. I just had it. I tested positive about 2.5 weeks ago. That's why I didn't do my show for 2 weeks. And I tested negative, which means my body naturally beat it. The only medication that I took was ibuprofen for the headache for the first 4 days or so. And that's it. Then I was good. All right. And now, now we're getting into the territory of me saying some stuff that could get me banned off of this platform, which is just ridiculous to think about. But regardless, these mandates are insane. Not only are they insane, they're unconstitutional. They're against our freedom as human beings to choose what we put in our bodies. And we even have something as crazy as schools bribing children to get the vaccine with pizza. I kid you not. This is from California. Mother says LA school vaccinated her son without consent and bribed him with pizza. That is just absolutely insane. A 13-year-old boy. 13 years old. This boy was 13 years old. How can a 13-year-old boy ever know what he's doing to his body, what they're doing? That I mean, this is criminal. These people need to be arrested. They need to be held accountable. And if something happens to that boy, I can't stand when people mess with kids. They are acting like gods. They're acting like the parents. They don't want they think parents shouldn't have control over their kids. This is proof. And Gavin Newsom, I'm looking at you too, because you passed the law that allowed kids to go through trans surgery without their parents' consent. It wouldn't surprise me if this actually was legal because of some weird law that Gavin Newsom probably put in place that, hey, if the kids, if they want to get vaccinated, who are we to stop them? You are not their parents, I'll tell you that much, who should have final say over what happens to their children. The government is not parents. They certainly want to. In fact, the Virginia race, Youngkin versus the other guy that lost, I don't even remember his name, it's not worth remembering. He said that parents shouldn't have any say in what schools teach them. Wait, what? Why would you think that? How is that an actual reality? That we're at a point where there are people that are actually advocating and going along with the fact that the government should be teaching your kids and you should have no say in what your kids learn. That is not a place that I want to raise my kids, which I'm not pregnant yet, but I certainly am planning on it because I every day I look forward to having being a father. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to be a part of my kids' lives. And I'm going to control what happens to them until they're adults, and then they can decide. All right? Is that authoritarian? No, it's called being a parent, being a good parent to my kids, all right? And not letting the government parent my kids. This is appalling. The government vaccinating 13-year-olds without their parents' knowledge, that's crazy. Shout out to DeSantis, though. This is, of course, the governor of Florida, if you don't know, Ron DeSantis. I'm just going to read this quote that he wrote. He said, "In Florida, we won't let them lock you down. We won't let them restrict you. We're not going to let them impose mandates. We're not going to let them close the schools." He continues, he says, "We are going to protect your freedom to make your decisions." That is leadership, okay? That is what we need, okay? He continues, actually, he says, "You don't impose Fauciism on a whole country or on a whole state. It's wrong." That's right. It is. It's wrong. You're shoving this down people's throats, telling them how to think, what to do, how to control their kids, what they put in their bodies. Is it my body, my choice? Only when the narrative fits these people. It's absolutely disgusting. So thank you, DeSantis, for being one of the voices of reason in the governorships of the states. Certainly, I disagree with Biden on almost every single front. In fact, I can't think of something I agree with him on. Just today he said that he's going to make sure Americans pay their fair share for gas, whatever the heck that means. I don't have the video because it was actually deleted from Twitter about an hour ago. Very interesting, to say the least. But anyway, let's move on. Next, I want to talk about University of Pennsylvania. Now, there's been many different situations. There was the Kiwi weightlifter, Laurel Hubbard, or something, I think her name was. She competed as a man for a long time, didn't do very good. I wasn't the best at weightlifting until she became a girl, and then suddenly was beating women's records all over the place. And so, oh my gosh, these dogs are going nuts. Why? Can you guys hear the dogs going nuts? Hold on one sec. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry, I just had to see if I can handle those without leaving my desk. Anyway, So University of Pennsylvania, there's this drama that's coming out because of a new swimmer. Well, actually, it's not a new swimmer. It was a male swimmer that did really good and then switched to female and now is absolutely destroying the women's records for University of Pennsylvania. Now, some might call this brave. Some might call it, I don't know what they would call it, but it is, it's just gross to me. It's ruining women's sports. It's taking it away. I don't know. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I texted the dogs to tell them to stop barking. All right, a 22-year-old transgender swimmer of the University of Pennsylvania continued her dominant performance this season. Gosh, it's so embarrassing. Setting numerous pool, meet, and program records at a 3-day event in Ohio last weekend. Leah Thomas blew away her competition Friday night at the 500-yard freestyle preliminaries and finals at the Zippy Invitational at the University of Akron, according to the results posted by the school. In the finals, Thomas notched a winning time of 4 minutes and 34 seconds and .06, good enough for a new Ivy League record. The swimmer continued smashing records on Saturday with nearly 7-second victory in the 200-yard freestyle with a time of 1 minute and 41 seconds, .93, representing the fastest finish in the country. Wow, in the country. Over the weekend, Thomas also set a new program, meet and pool record in the 1650-yard freestyle. She finished that race in 15 minutes, 59 seconds, .71, more than 38 seconds ahead of the second-place finisher, teammate Anna Kalindadze. I don't know how to say that, but I am so sick of this. I did a segment a couple months back that there was a new study that showed, guess what? Men are physically stronger than women. They are different physically. It has been proven. It's not a surprise. This is a male competing as a woman, destroying women's records. It is embarrassing, and women should be pissed. Of course, you have progressive feminists out there going, it's so stunning and brave. Good for this woman. That's a man. That is a boy competing as a woman and destroying women's records. Those are not women's records, okay? You didn't break any records, dude. You're a man. You are physically a man, all right? And women should be pissed out there. Feminists should be pissed because this is the patriarchy. I mean, toxic masculinity. You want to talk about what true toxic masculinity is? It's claiming you're a woman and destroying women's records when you are physically a man. It's embarrassing. All right? It's embarrassing. Shattering so many records. Wow. So brave. You're shattering records. Wow. You should be so proud of yourself. No, you should be embarrassed. Oh, look. Here's him as a man a year prior. Or 2 years. Excuse me. Thomas competed for 2 full seasons at Penn as a man. And then what? This is from Libs of TikTok, actually. Of course, talking about this stuff. But this is a private PM that she posted. My cousin is a senior at Penn who also swims. She said that he has all the men's records as well. She's absolutely heartbroken by this because this guy has taken a spot from the team from a girl from her hometown. Dude's got the male records and the female records. He wanted all the records. That's it. I want to win everything. All right. I conquered the men's division. Now I'm going to go conquer the females division. Stunning and brave. Stunning and brave. Now, am I being transphobic? No, I don't care if you're transgender. I really do not care. It does not bother me at all. But when you're infiltrating other people's spaces, when you are biologically a man, you know, it's always in one direction too. There's never biological women who identify as men now that are blowing the records, blowing the records up, that are destroying male records. No, that's not happening. It's all one direction. It's men who now identify as girls that are going into women's sports, okay? Look, we should have a neutral term, a neutral sport. If they really want to compete, there needs to be a genderless section, all right? Men, women, genderless, okay? If you want to compete not as a man, if you don't want to identify as a man, you can't just identify as a woman and compete as a woman. It's just not fair. And it's been proven. There's been studies that have come out that have proven that men are just physically stronger than women. Wow. Okay, case closed. There needs to be a third sport segment where anyone can, genderless, a genderless sporting, bracket, if you will. And I'm so sick of it. Women should be pissed. Women should be pissed everywhere that their spaces are being taken over. Again, I have nothing against transgenderism. I don't care. It does not. You identifying as whatever you want doesn't bother me. Don't mess with kids. Don't force it on kids. Don't indoctrinate kids. You do you, and we've got no problems. Stop infiltrating other spaces. Recognize that there are predators that are abusing these new laws and systems to rape in bathrooms, because that is absolutely a thing. We've seen it. Loudoun County is trying to hide it as much as possible. Now we've got coaches that are being caught with child porn, and it's disgusting. What is going on in Loudoun County? That is a whole nother subject. My goodness, but my. Anyway, but this whole transphobic conversation kind of leads into my next segment with David Chappelle. So David Chappelle had his past couple comedy specials under attack for transphobia, even though if you actually watch The Closer and Sticks and Stones, he talks about a transgender friend of his quite fondly. All right, he actually was really good friends with this person. I don't recall her name. But he talks very fondly about their relationship, about how she laughed at all his jokes and was a comedian, but in a different sense, in her own way. She did it her own way. And then she defended him online and actually ended up killing herself. And you could see that he's actually distraught. He's not transphobic, all right? He's anti these people that are using anything and everything to push their narrative, which is not true, which is a false narrative. Okay, he's making fun of these people, and this is the biggest thing about it that bugs me is he's making fun of them. He makes fun of me, as a white person. He makes fun of me, and I don't care. It doesn't bother me, because guess what? I'm very comfortable in my skin. I'm very solid in who I am and what I am, and I don't need anyone else to tell me who I am. All right, I don't need validation from anyone else. Okay, because I love who I am. I'm proud of who I am, and nothing can change that. Jokes, you can make fun of me all day long. It doesn't bother me. Go ahead, have fun. People do it. It doesn't matter. And when someone like David Chappelle makes fun of me, why does it matter? I'm actually being included. And in fact, he makes fun of transgender people, but he makes fun of all people, right? So they're picking and choosing and going, wow, he's being transphobic, when in reality, he's being the most inclusive. He is actually bringing equality to comedy, because no one's safe for David Chappelle. And he was being honored by the school that he went to. Here is, this is from the Blaze TV. David Chappelle's high school proceeds with naming ceremony in spite of controversy. That's right. They said, you know what? I don't care. We're going to name the theater after David Chappelle because he is just simply awesome. Let's just read it. The Duke Ellington School of the Arts in Washington, D.C. announced in a statement that it will stand by its decision to name the school's theater after comedian David Chappelle, in spite of the controversy over his Netflix special, The Closer, that progressives have called anti-LGBT, which of course means they never watched it. Okay? Guaranteed none of these people watched The Closer, because if you watched it, you know it's not. All right? It's not anti anyone. As I was just saying, it's the most inclusive. Chappelle's former high school originally postponed the naming ceremony due to threats of a potential walkout by students who were uncomfortable with his comedy. Again, they probably didn't watch it. The protests from the students came just weeks after the comedian pledged to donate $100,000 to the arts school, according to thedailymail.com. Quote, on April 22nd, 2022, we will celebrate one of our most distinguished alumni, Dave Chappelle, by naming our theater in his honor. This theater naming was the desire of one of our founders, Peggy Cooper Kaffritz, who recognized Chappelle as an important thought leader of our time. 100% agree with that statement, said the school in an official statement. The school intends to use the naming ceremony as a teaching moment in an attempt to create a space for diverse viewpoints. I like that. Additionally, using Chappelle's latest works as the impetus, I don't even know if I'm saying that. I'm not even sure what that word means. Hold on. I want to look that up. Let's see. Impetus. Driving force or impulse. Ah, very cool. Learn something new every day. We have expanded our social studies curriculum to include content related to political activism, civic engagement, art activism, and intersections of race, gender, and sexuality. Our objective is to uplift conversations about artistic freedom and artistic responsibility, the school said in its statement. In an Instagram post on Saturday, Chappelle proposed a challenge in order to raise donations for the school, in which the person offering the highest donation could keep his name on the school's theater or change it to honor Peggy Cooper Kaffritz. Talk is cheap, unless I do it. The Duke Ellington School is a glorious institution. Within those walls, I found a context to exploit my creativity seriously. Duke Ellington, in large part, prepared me to undertake this noble and difficult profession, Chappelle said on Instagram on Saturday. Duke Ellington High School said it would not change the name of the theater, but would accept all donations made to the school. I love that they're not changing. And Politico originally had an article. I'm not going to pull it up. I'm not going to read it. You can check it out if you want to. It's just Politico. Let's see. What is the name of it? You could just it's here. It's Political Playbook, a Dave Chappelle Thanksgiving special, and they basically talk about the specific encounters with Dave Chappelle and the students, who one of them called him a bigot, that he didn't like his comedy, of course, was a 16-year-old, and David Chappelle roasted these kids so gloriously, essentially saying, like, you have no idea what you're talking about. You couldn't make any of the decisions that I make on a daily basis, but I'm sure one day you'll be a household name. It's actually really brutal and hilarious. But I want to call out this freaking... I don't even know what he's doing with his life now. His name's Will Wheaton, and you might recognize him. He was Wesley Crusher in the 90s on the Next Generation Star Trek. Only for like a season. Wasn't he only around for like one season, maybe two? Anyway, he's calling David Chappelle a bigot and a piece of piece of poop after Netflix announced the comedian will headline Netflix is a Joke Festival. Oh my goodness. Now this guy goes on a freaking rant, and I just don't care to even read this stupid, obnoxious statement that he has. He's basically saying F everyone at Netflix for even considering it. It's stupid. These freaking celebrities, or I didn't even know he existed still. I don't know what he's doing nowadays. He goes on, he's like, it's disgusting. Every single comedian should withdraw because blah, blah, blah. David Chappelle is a bigot because of his transphobic comments, and trans rights are human rights. And it's like, yes, no one's arguing that. All right. But you're forcing it on kids. You're taking women's spaces away. All right. You're basically being fascist against anyone who misgenders you when, hey, if you're a guy, you look like a dude. Some people do. Some people don't. But who cares? Stop caring what other people think about you. Validate yourself. That is the issue. That is the core to all of this BS, is these people, they don't have validation. They don't have self-love, and they need to force you to validate them, all right? And when you do that, that's fascism. That's you forcing your ideology on someone else. Well, guess what? You can't do that, all right? You got to stop giving a shit what other people think about you. Stop caring, all right? You can care to a point, but when you start letting it affect you, you've gone too far. You gotta believe in yourself, all right? And stop giving a shit what other people think. And you know who exemplifies that the most? Dave Chappelle. That dude does not care what you think at all. I mean, maybe he does, but not to the point where he's gonna not say what he feels. And that kind of energy is what we need more of in this world, right? Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate y'all. I'm sorry for Quarter Black Garrett not joining me today. He had a prior engagement. I was down for the count for a couple weeks and he wasn't sure. So, but that's all right. Hopefully he will be back next week. I love having him on Wednesdays. It's always great to have a guest. I got to start having guests on again now that I am feeling much better. Still have a little bit of congestion, but every day I do feel like it's improving. So anyway, thank you guys for showing up. I really do appreciate it. I'm about to get into some super chats. Before I do, please smash that like button. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed, and definitely share my videos. Sharing my videos definitely helps more people know about my show, know about my channel, and find out about me as a person, as I just bring random things that I find on the internet and talk to you guys about it every day. So I'm going to get into that. Let me see. I saw some super chats disappear. I gotta go into my YouTube account to grab those. How you guys doing though? I hope you guys are having a great week so far. It's halfway through the week. I hope you guys have some fun holidays coming up. I don't know how many people have Christmas plans or what is it, Hanukkah plans, or someone said that Kwanzaa wasn't real, but there are people that celebrate Kwanzaa. You know, I don't care. Whatever holidays you celebrate, I hope you guys have a wonderful time with your family, right? I think that's really the key of the holidays, is that you celebrate with people you love. And I want more of that for everyone. Robert Wild says, I hope this makes Betty smile and Diana Francisco smile, and we're glad to see you are back. Quarter, check out the thumbnail Adam did from your last visit. Oh, of course, he isn't here today. It's about the movie you two were talking about. You helped me have the courage to start my own business. Quarter, you and Adam be blessed. Well, hopefully he will be back next week, and you can let him know then. Robert Shaw says, the longer humanity spends time indoors, the less sun eventually humans will be white, because color is adaptive genes, nothing unique or special. Right. I mean, it's skin color. I mean, it doesn't make you who you are. It's crazy. Hanukkah is over already. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, but I hope if you do celebrate Hanukkah, I hope you guys enjoyed it and celebrate it with family. So. The Real Hydro says, Elliot Page became a boy for Jussie Smollett. Says, just kidding, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, that whole thing is really weird. Robert Shaw says, I wish I got pizza for my experiment participation. You should have asked for it, man. You should have asked for it. Mr. Knox says, Wheaton speaks his mind and it's cringe. Everyone, shut up, Wesley. Yes, that's essentially it, right? I mean, everyone just wants him to shut up. It's like, dude, just stop. Just can you just stop, please? Just no. What is going on with my hair? I got this like super curl going down. Western Body says, good to see you. Freedom. Yep, thank you very much. Robert Shaw says, wait, so Adam, you haven't had any vax at all? No, I have not. No, I have not. Robert Shaw says, Adam, language, please. You can't get pregnant. Well, I mean, when my wife becomes pregnant, I will consider myself pregnant. Obviously, I'm not going to be physically pregnant, but you know, we're together, and you know, we'd be doing it together. You know, I'm going to support her in every possible way. So, you know what I mean, Robert Shaw. Dogs barking. Adam texts them to shut up. Crazy. Yep, I actually did. It's hilarious. No, I just sent a message to my mom. Oh, guys, I just got a confirmation from Quarter Black Garrett. I sent him a few of your messages because you guys were showing some love to Quarter Black Garrett, and I just said, people miss you. Haven't even gone live, and I actually sent him some of the comments that you guys were saying, and he responded. He said, smiley or crying emoji, because obviously he's very grateful for it, and says, yes, we are back next week. So next Wednesday, we're going to be returning with Quarter Black Wednesdays. Very excited because I love having him on. It's great. Robert Shaw says, I'm ecstatic that women are breaking records. You mean men are breaking women's records. Robert Shaw says, Adam, he's a two-gender champion. Whoop, whoop. I know. He really he wanted to have all of them. That's funny. Mr. Knox says, hearing these fellas winning in women's sports is like living a South Park episode about trans women competing in women's sports. Yes, it is. I know. It's kind of ridiculous, right? Vash says, Fauciism is like fascism, but with a medical expert that has a Napoleon complex. Okay. I like that. Bradley with a $10 super chat says, hail! I started watching your show after I saw you on Friday Night Tights several months back. Rarely get to watch live, usually watch during the next day. Glad to see you back, and thanks for your straightforward opinions. Bradley, thank you so much. I do appreciate that a lot. And you know what? I really do appreciate the guys over at Friday Night Tights for bringing me along and having me on the show. Those guys are absolutely amazing. And, you know, giving me more light and shining, helping me succeed in this world that I'm now in. And I appreciate your support, Bradley. Glad to have you. Black Magic says, I've come up with a solution. We just add a TRN knee league. Is it trans knee league? I don't know what does that mean? League to the Special Olympics. Problem solved while protecting our women's and girls. It's definitely something needs to happen, right? I mean, it just needs to have something. Someone just asked me if I am still living at Tim's place. Absolutely not. I am very, very happy that I moved out of that place a long time ago. Earlier in the year. It's been 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. I don't actually recall when I left in May, maybe June. No, I think I left in May. Very happy to be out on my own. Yeah, I bought a house. Very excited about it. I love my house. Anyway, let's see. Isaiah with a $10 super chat said, I've been watching you for over 2.5 years. Well, that's not actually possible, but I absolutely love the man you have become. You only bring facts to the table, and proud to be an American. I have never sent a super chat. It's due. Isaiah, thank you so much. I actually have only been doing this for almost 2 years. I'm not even at my 2-year mark. Almost there, but that just means that you've been watching me probably since the beginning of the Timcast show, and I appreciate you watching and supporting me either way. So that is, I do try to just bring the facts to the table, and I am absolutely proud to be an American. And I do appreciate your support. That's great. And thank you for loving the man that I've become. I do feel like I have grown a lot in the past couple years. I really went from just an ignorant, I don't want to say selfish, but I didn't care about the rest of the world. I just did my own thing, and I was ignorant to the workings of the world, and I am now not anymore. At least I try not to be. I of course everyone can always learn new things and move forward in life, and no one will ever know everything. So, but I try to do the best I can. Goofy Foot with a $10 super chat says, "Stop using the word transphobic. I do not know of anybody afraid of anyone who is trans. It's just a word they made up to demonize anyone that doesn't agree with them." That's a good point. You know what? I don't know anyone who's afraid of anyone who's trans either. I think that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Where was I? Just had a little jump. Bradley Burnett with a $10 super chat says, "Wait, Adam, you said men and women are biologically different according to science. What science? I have under good authority that there is only one science, the God Emperor Fauci." That's funny. Who knows? Who knows, right? Am I getting lag? Are you guys here? I just got actually an alert here that's saying I'm not getting enough video to maintain a smooth stream. I've actually never seen this message before, and it's yellow, which is interesting. So I apologize. I'm assuming I'm still live. Am I still live, guys? I'm gonna wait to see if you guys. I'm gonna roll the die. Actually, let's do a little dice roll. All right, I just rolled it. You guys know the deal. 1 through 20. Good luck. Have fun. Hopefully, I'm still live. And we'll see. Am I still buffering? I got a bunch of buffering. I got a bunch of Fs in chat as well. Let's see here. Big Floppa says, "Shut up, Wesley." That's from Picard. Gotta love it. Sejong the Great says, "Hey, Adam in chat. Just got home. Welcome back to the web waves. Glad you're better. Missed your show, and I was out to sea till Monday. So my first live." Sejong, great to see you, man. Great to see you. Thanks for being back. It's lagging bad, huh? I don't know what's going on with the lag. I don't know. I've done nothing different for the past ever. I mean, I've been doing the same stream, so something's going on with YouTube maybe. And definitely my hair today. My goodness, I don't know what is going on with this. Holy cow. Anyway. All right, let's see. Where was I? Mr. Squiggle says, "When's your turn to have Kyle on?" I would love to have Kyle on. I see he's doing his rounds on the interwebs and YouTubes and everyone's different shows. I would love to have Kyle on. I'd love to have a chat with him and just talk to him. He seems like a really smart kid. And yeah. Here we got all the numbers rolling in. Oh, I see. We got Nuclear. Congratulations. It is 15. You won absolutely nothing. Try to save it up for something nice. Maybe buy your significant other nothing or your mother nothing. Sejong says, "Men are better at lady sports than ladies, huh?" Seems like it. It does seem like it. Isaiah says, "Since you are on Tim, I couldn't fit it." Oh, okay. Right. Well, thank you, Isaiah, though, for your support, and I really do appreciate those kind words. It was very nice of you, and thank you for sticking with me and watching me grow, because I really do feel like I've grown a lot in the past year and a half. David Smith, thank you for that cute little fox thank you sticker, and I appreciate it. Robert Shaw says, "What is your craziest story from high school?" My craziest story from high school. I guess it would have to be when now in high school or like during my high school years, right? I mean, I feel like there's a difference. Like when I was in high school, like literally physically in school, or like during my years of being in high school. I'm because I feel there's difference. Someone just got an ad for soap. Are you guys getting ads right now? What? That is weird. I don't know why there was an ad. If you got an ad, that's really odd. The warning just disappeared. So for some reason, Sage says, nuh-uh-uh. You didn't say the magic word. Nuh-uh-uh. Oh, wait. You said the other magic word, and now YouTube decided to thought police you. Probably, right? An ad for soap means wash your butt. Do you guys seriously get an ad for soap? That is so odd. Robert Shaw, I want to know. Let's just say my craziest story from high school. I was actually kind of in a gang, and I actually was. We had it was awesome. There was a tight knit group, and we were barbecuing after school one day, and these three guys came up to me and looked at my friend and said, "Hey, your hat is like, you know, like you turn your hat to the sideways a little bit," and they're like, "Yo, your hat, turn it the other way. You can't wear it like that." And oh no, is it lagging again? I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, the guys, my friend was like, "No, F off. Like I wear my hat how I want to wear my hat." And they were like, "Okay." And they backed off and they started shooting at us. I kid you not, they started shooting at us over the way my friend was wearing his hat. And we all dispersed, and I remember running to I saw a dumpster, and I remember running to it. I'm like, I'm going to go get behind that dumpster because, you know, I feel like that would be a safer place than out in the open because there really was no place to go. And I remember running to it and feeling and hearing a bullet go past me, and I saw this bullet hole appear in the dumpster in front of me, and I dove behind it, and we all kind of, we gave up on the barbecue. So anyway, I don't know what's going on with my YouTube, guys. I don't understand why it's doing what it's doing, but that is my show. Hopefully tomorrow I won't have this issue. You guys are absolutely amazing, though. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching the ads. I don't know why YouTube keeps cutting off. It's probably because they don't like what I was talking about today. Who knows? I might have been pissing some people off, or I don't know. Who knows? So you guys are great. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back, of course, tomorrow, Thursday, here on The Crigler Show. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great night. Oh man, I can't even tell if I'm still going or not.